All right. We have learned that a linear equation in slope-intercept form can be written as y equals mx plus b, where this m represents the slope of the function and this b represents the y-intercept. So on the graph, we see the y-intercept where the line crosses on the y-axis. Now, in this video, we want to write a linear equation from a table. So there are two things we need to write a linear equation from a table. One, we need, number one, the slope, and then we need the y-intercept. Case one, where there is a 0x coordinate. So consider this table with values of x and y. So we want to write a linear equation to model this table. There are two things we need. We need the slope and the y-intercept. Now, in this first case, the y-intercept is the number whose x coordinate is 0. So on a table where we identify an x coordinate of 0, the y coordinate is the y-intercept. So right here, we identify that the x coordinate here is 0, so the y-intercept of this equation is 5. So we can clearly see here that the y-intercept b is equal to 5. How did we get it? We were able to identify that the x coordinate is 0. So the y-intercept is the number whose x coordinate is 0. Next, we need to calculate the slope. To find the slope, we need any two values of y to subtract. So we find the slope, we can pick a value of y, 9 minus 7, divided by corresponding values of x will be 2 minus 1. So the slope of that line, which is also denoted as m in the equation y equals mx plus b. So if we write m equals, just like we wrote b equals 5 for y-intercept, here m will represent the slope, and the slope is 2. If we simplify this, then we get 2 over 1, which is the same as 2. So the slope is 2. So now the equation of that table in the form y equals mx plus b is y. This y here doesn't change because it represents the y-axis, equals, the slope is 2, so we replace the slope with 2. This x here represents the x-axis, it doesn't change. We leave it as x. And then plus, instead of putting b, we put 5 because the y-intercept is 5. So with y equals mx plus b, b represents the y-intercept and m represents the slope. And so if you know the value for the slope and the y-intercept, you can always write the linear equation in the slope-intercept form. And this equation is the same as the function f of x equals 2x plus 5.